Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Ryan, and today I've got a brand new video for you. This one is going to be week 4 of the top 5 mods of the week. Now, I skipped last week, like I said, because the mods that week did not, meet up to the potential and they weren't that great. So I decided to just make a funny skit for that. And now we are on to week 4. Now, for this week, I have 5 brand new mods that are ridiculously awesome, and I think that you should really check out. The first mod that we're going to be looking at is called the Skyrim Landscape Overhaul. Now, this mod adds an entire overhaul to a bunch of the areas in Skyrim. As you can see, everything looks a lot more bright, which I really like because this game is filled with grays and a bunch of dark colors. It makes everything a lot more brighter. It really reminds me of Oblivion and how they had the really bright colors. And as you can see, as I'm walking around here, you can just see that the ground looks a lot more bright and it just looks like a lot more lively and not dead, kind of like the original Skyrim textures do. And I just really enjoy this mod because it just makes you feel like you're there. It just makes you able to put yourself in that place because it just looks a lot more realistic. So I strongly recommend getting this mod. Now, the next mod that we're going to be going over is called the TES Combined Music Overhaul. Now, when I saw this on the main screen on the mod section, I lost my mind because I, for one, am a huge fan of Morrowind and Oblivion, as well as Skyrim, obviously, as you could tell. But basically what this mod does is this is the first mod that I'm going to be covering that changes the soundtrack and the music of the game. Now, basically all it does is it changes a lot of the music. It doesn't take away, it just adds. If you ever thought that the Skyrim music gets a little repetitive because they play the same tracks over and over again, and you've just been playing that long that it just seems like you hear it all the time, it'll actually add a whole bunch of new tracks. Well, not necessarily new. The old tracks from Oblivion and Morrowind, as, like, let's say you're walking around the Imperial City, that music from Oblivion, if you played that game, will be while you're walking around a Whiterun or while you're exploring the wilderness and stuff like that. And as you can see, as I'm going to show you right now, if I attack this guard here, music will play.
You have committed crimes against Skyrim and her people.
And it's the music from Oblivion, if you guys have ever played that game. I'm not 100% certain if a lot of you guys have played the other Elder Scrolls games other than Skyrim, but if you have, then you'll definitely recognize this music because it really adds a nostalgic feeling to the game of playing those old games such as Morrowind and Oblivion. So I strongly recommend getting this mod if you are an Elder Scrolls fan and you really enjoy the games and their soundtracks, because I know for one that Morrowind and Oblivion have great soundtracks. Now, the next mod we're going to be covering is a small mod, but it's actually really great because it's called the Better Bounties mod. Now, basically what this mod does is it adds a bit more of a strive to actually go and do the bounties, because whenever you get assigned a bounty in a city, they say, okay, go slay this dragon or go kill this bandit in this camp, and then you return after you kill him and it's just like you get nothing. You get basically nothing. You get, like, I believe it was 200 gold for one of them, and I believe the dragon is like 500 maybe. Not even that. This just adds more of an effect to actually make you want to get out more, because the better bounties, as you can see, I'm going to go over to and turn in the bounty. I killed a dragon or something like that, and I'm actually going to get 2,000 gold for collecting the bounty. Now, once I collect the bounty, that just makes me want to do more bounties now, because 2,000 gold in this game is actually a hefty amount, and it can actually buy you a lot of things. And I just strongly recommend this mod if you just like doing quests and you feel like the bounties actually needed some tweaking. This next mod is called Ordinator, Perks of Skyrim. Now, this mod is absolutely incredible. I've never seen anything like this. As you can see, when I open up my skills tab, I have a whole bunch of different and new perks added to the perk tree. Now, I'm not going to be able to go through every single one of them today in this video because it would take me so long. There's over like 400 new perks, and I mean that. Like, that's not just a exaggeration. There's over 400 new perks I read. And basically all it does is it adds it to the tree, and it doesn't make you lose anything. It takes all your perks away, just like you just restarted and made a skill legendary. It gives you all your perks back so you can evenly distribute them again into the new trees, which I find that to be extremely awesome, because then you'd be like kind of missing out if it just like left your perks in the trees but also updated the trees. So it takes them all out and gives them back to you, and then gives you the whole new trees so you can, you know, pick and place where you want your new skill points to go. Now they added a whole bunch of new perks, as I said before, over 400, and a lot of these require 2 tiers or 1 tier, and I know for one that the smithing category is by far the best out of all of them, because you can actually upgrade a grindstone. If your skill is high enough, you can upgrade a grindstone and it'll be able to improve your weapons even more, which I find to be extremely awesome, because, you know, once you're a high enough level, you kind of feel like you dominate the game. This is going to make you feel like you even dominate more. So you can upgrade your grindstone and you can upgrade stuff like that. You can also do it to alchemy and stuff, I believe I read. Yeah, alchemy, you can upgrade your alchemy lab, and you can also make better potions with that. I strongly recommend getting this mod because that'll make everything way better for you. The next mod that we have is called the Dawnguard Special Edition. Now, basically what this does is everything in Dawnguard, whether it's the armor that the people wear, or the clothes that they wear, or the swords that they use, everything is craftable in your smithing station now. As you can see in Whiterun, I'm going through everything that you can craft. Every single thing from Dawnguard is able to be crafted. So that Dawnguard added a whole bunch of new armors and a whole bunch of new weapons to the game, and I just feel like this is the best thing to do, so you don't actually have to go out and, you know, search for the weapons at Dawnguard. You can just, you know, you can grind for the materials and then actually just build them yourself, which I think is very incredible, because before you weren't allowed to do this, and I was kind of wondering why sometimes, because, you know, the Dawnguard armor is actually really nice looking, and I believe that you should be able to craft it, but then whenever you go to a crafting station, it doesn't give you the option. But now you can, and you can build everything from Dawnguard, from the swords to the armor to, you know, anything. It's all craftable at the smithing station, so I strongly recommend getting this mod if you are a fan of the way that the Dawnguard armor and weapons look, and you want to use them for yourself without actually having to go into the Dawnguard itself. So that is our top 5 list of the mods for the week. Be sure to tune in next week as we discuss 5 more new mods that come out for Skyrim. I'll be sure to keep you guys updated on the best and new mods. So if you guys did enjoy this video, I would appreciate it if you left a like and subscribe if you're new. It helps me out a lot. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Hopefully you guys did enjoy, and I will talk to you guys later.